Hey everyone, this is a fun one. This is Discontinued Scents that haunt me to this day. All of them are pretty old. They're from my past, mostly childhood, teenager, young adult. And let's just get right into it. So the first one is from Icing. I don't know if it's in America or anywhere else in the world, but it's like it's Claire's, but for older teens and young adults. And I only really saw it exclusively in BC when I was there, and this is where I picked this up, so it wasn't even something in my area of Canada. It was a set of 3 travel size 10 milliliters, and I went through all of them, but 2 of them I really absolutely loved, and specifically I really loved the first one I finished off, called, if I'm remembering correctly, Mon Cherie. And I have no idea who the perfumer is, who the brand is even. I can't find even a hint of this. I can't even find a hint of this online anywhere. The packaging was like vintage pinup girls, very fancy. They also had like a makeup line that went along with it that I had like a palette or 2 from. And the smell of Mon Cherie, the one that I really loved, was sort of like Jo Malone's Sweet Pear and Freesia, but better, but much better. I still remember how deep and appealing and alluring and sensual and addictive and adult and romantic these scents were. I really regret not keeping the bottles in order to reference, but I just wasn't as obsessed with scents when I was younger. I did love scents. I always had incense and candles and perfumes, but I wasn't obsessed with scent notes, the creation, or comparing them, or having a collection in this way that I am now. Not to say that I want a collection. I want a usable collection, let's specify. I don't really like much clutter, so I think that was the reason why I had gotten rid of these bottles a while ago, because I just didn't think it was important for me to hold on to them. The next one is probably my favorite of all of these. It might even be my favorite perfume if I could still smell it and be able to reference and compare it to my others. This one is a Korean brand, I believe, one that I'd gotten in a Mimi box, if anyone remembers those, from like the 2013, 14, 15 range. And this one was so amazing. Like Sinead O'Connor, nothing compares to this. This one was my go-to. I used it all up. It's been discontinued for probably around 10 years. I've looked online to see if I can find it, and I believe it's available in some Korean markets, but it's not shippable to Canada. I wore this a lot in my late teenage years, early adulthood, like 18 to 23 range. It was either this or a Bath & Body Works cream, because back then my skin could handle creams. Nowadays my skin is pretty sensitive to most creams. This is an interesting one because it's an oil, perfume, milk combo, and all 3 of the liquids separate in the bottle, so it has 3 layers, green for the perfumed part, yellow for the oil, and then like a milkier cream white for the milk, and it's donkey oil and donkey milk. And I looked up the scent notes of this in the past, and they don't really match at all. If I'm not mistaken, it had something like passion fruit in it, and tonka bean, and I just I don't remember this being very fruity or specifically sweet. It smelled buttery and angelic and mysterious and sweet and musky and more than anything animalic, I think, and sexy. It's like a very sexy perfume. I don't really say that about very many perfumes, but this one was one. If I could get my hands on a good bottle of this, because I feel the donkey oil and the donkey milk might spoil quicker than other perfumes. If I could get my hands on a good bottle of this, I would be in heaven. This would be I miss this one so much. This one is This one haunts me more than any other. The next two are from Bath & Body Works, and the first one is a body wash that I had technically. I don't know if it ever came in a perfume, but it was the Juniper and Coriander Aromatherapy body wash. And this was about 7 years ago, maybe 8, and it was the most relaxing, aromatic, sweet, herbal, addictive, comforting, cocooning, cashmere almost scent. Like a beautiful, beautiful. The color of it was a very light purple with iridescence to it, and shine, and almost a metallic shine. And that's exactly how it smelled, if that makes sense. Like, it had the element of a metallic cool, of machinery, or the way herbal mint can come across. And the Juniper and Coriander were wonderful together. I don't think I've ever really smelled anything herbal or aromatic that smelled as good as this. If anyone knows of this scent reincarnated into another form, please let me know, because this one is magnificent, spectacular. It's from about 7 or 8 years ago for reference. The second one is brown sugar and fig. And this one is one of the most delicious creams. I have never authentically smelt fig in real life, so I don't have a good reference, and this is what I've used in my life as reference for what fig smells like. It's like a sweetened, sugared, juicy berry, but without any, it doesn't have any syrupy or cloying qualities. It's fragrant and feminine and youthful, and honestly, it's a bit dramatic for being a natural ingredient style Bath & Body Works cream. I cannot stress how sweet and granular this one is. I remember this one the most in my nose, the best. This one is the one that I can easily conjure. I've learned recently as well that this one comes back, possibly under different names, every once in a while, and so I'll just be patiently waiting for the next time it is released and keep my eye out for that. And this one I'd first encountered around the age of 10 to 16. That's the age that I was using this cream. The last one today is Rosabotanica by Balenciaga. This one has been discontinued for at least 5-6 years, maybe a bit more. And I only ever had a sample of this, but it was back when a sample would last me for forever. And this is the most tantalizing, mysterious, playful, adventurous floral scent. Like, this reminds me of a jungle or Jumanji, like hot, wet floral. Exotic, hot, wet floral, in fact. It's been a while since I've smelled this one, so I can't give you more than that in the description. Other than that, I remember this one being very addictive. I smelt it all the time, even when I wasn't wearing it. It was one that I would go back and smell regularly. And this one I was wearing maybe about 10 years ago, roughly. This one is still technically for sale, but it's at an exuberant price that I cannot afford. Maybe one day I will be able to find a small decant, because this is gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. I'm sad that Balenciaga stopped producing this line. I'm sure other people are really sad about their, I think it's just called Balenciaga Paris. And I saw that this year they came out with a whole new line of 10 perfumes called like Guy, like French 10. But I didn't see any that stood out to me as ones that I really needed to smell, unfortunately. But if there's ever one that you think smells like Rosabotanica, also please let me know. Alright, that's all the perfumes I have today for ones that really haunt me. There's like 2 or 3 others that I would mention on this, but I have no idea what their name is, and I can only faintly remember the smells at this point, so I didn't think it was fair to include them. So that's all I have, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.